Welcome back to the Frugal Gardener's Homestead. I'm the Frugal Gardener. I'm back in the garden again today, as you can see. For those of you who are new, I garden in the hills of West Virginia in Zone 7A. There's so much going on that I'm going to break it down. I'm going to take some time today. This is late morning, and before I go any further, I apologize to you guys because I like to put videos out on Mondays and Thursdays. That didn't happen on Monday. I had some personal business to attend to, and yesterday I had to make a judgment call. I have a lot of planning still to do and a lot of things I need to do to get this garden ready for the summer. So I had to make a choice, and that was to either do the planting or do this video. Obviously, I chose to do the planting because the weather service said it was supposed to be raining right now. Yeah. Well, you see what happened. I shouldn't complain because the fact that it did not rain yet gives me time to make this video. Today, we're going to talk about the 5 most consumed veggies in the United States, the 5 most consumed vegetables in the United States. I came across this list, and it's really a list of 25, but I'm not going to spend the time to do 25. I'm just going to do the 5. So at the end of this video, I have something that there's my guard dog, Rory. This is my garden gadget for this particular video. Yes, it's turned over because it's going to be a surprise. I'll show you what that is towards the end of the video. But I have a little bit of housekeeping to do. I started a series called Gardening with Your Children, and that was started a couple of weeks ago. Then I realized, well, I was forced to realize because I didn't really get a lot of views on that the children are still in school. And I think because the children are still in school is one of the reasons why it hasn't caught on yet. So I have not abandoned the series. What I'm going to do is hold off for another week or two because I do have some things that some ideas for you guys that do want to garden with your children, your grandchildren, your neighbors' children. And it just wasn't the time. I think that with the children still in school and the weather being iffy, that it wasn't well received. So, okay, we'll come back to that. All right, so now, the 5 out of the 5 most consumed veggies, I picked this topic primarily because of the food prices, primarily because everything is so expensive now, and especially if you have to feed a family. So this is in no particular order. I'm going to start with lettuce, and that's the average person consumes about 12 pounds of lettuce a year. And so that's something that you might want to grow. I am growing lettuce. Actually, the lettuce that I attempted to grow did not fare well, and that has something to do with my mystery gadget that I'm going to show you guys, because the temperatures have been all over the place and it's been ridiculous. So they didn't work out well, but lettuce is not a problem for me to grow. So that I'll just plant more. Now that the weather is starting to stabilize, that's not going to be a problem. It's not going to be an issue for me. So the second thing is bell peppers, which I had 3 or 4 bell pepper plants, and I had them in my greenhouse. And if you follow my channel, you'll realize that my greenhouse is no more. I put it back up 3 times, and at that point, I said, screw it. So I'm looking for something a lot sturdier this fall. No shade on the company, just that with the high winds up here, it didn't work out for me. So these are the bell pepper seeds that I used last year, and you know me. so I don't throw anything away. These were in the refrigerator over the winter, so I'm going to plant more, and we will have peppers. I'm not a big pepper fan, but people in my family, they are, so that's great. Now, one of the things that I really wanted to hone in on, focus in on with you guys today was potatoes. That's number 3 on my list. Like I said, these are not in any particular order, but I have an issue with the way potatoes are, I won't say grown, but the way they are processed and sold in the United States. These are Kennebec potatoes. I sent for these starters, seedlings. They're not really seedlings, but the reason is because you get a nice yield, and because they're fairly easy to grow, and because of the size. Those are the 3 reasons. This is one. I was really interested in doing this way because I'm using a grow bag. I've been growing potatoes in containers for forever. So, but this time trying to use a grow bag, this is going to make it convenient. I've been telling you guys for months now, if you don't have a garden, you can still grow food. These grow bags, the prices have come down, and you see what's happening. So I'm real pleased with that. Now, that's 2 out of, I think, 4. I know I have at least one more. This is the king, the star, the granddaddy down here. This is doing exceptionally well. So, so yeah, that one is my star so far. And there's a 4th one around here someplace. You know, I don't need to necessarily show you every single one of them. But here's my primary issue. My primary issue is this. Something that you probably have never heard of. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. What this is a chemical. It's a chemical that is used to spray the potatoes so that they don't sprout while they're on the shelf. This is a growth inhibitor. It is toxic, and as a matter of fact, it's so toxic that it is banned in the UK, and it's banned in the European Union because of its toxicity. Even after you wash it, even after you scrub it, the toxins still remain. So our government, for whatever reason, has determined that it is safe because they're saying that the levels are low enough that it's okay for you to consume. So the only way to get around that, there's really 2 ways. One is to buy organic, and I'm assuming, I should not assume, I should have researched this, but I'm guessing if they're organic, that they're not going to spray this crap on them, so that you're getting really what you pay for. And 2, you're looking at it to grow your own. So that's basically my beef with the potato company. I mean, people in the United States, we consume about the average person consumes about 22 pounds of potatoes a year. Now, I'm guessing a lot of that is, you know, French fries and mashed potatoes, but that's another thing I like about growing my own potatoes. You have versatility. There's so many things that you can do with them, then, you know, and you don't have to worry about lugging them from the store. They're easy to store. And so this is the reason why this is in my list of 5. So, recovered potatoes, recovered lettuce, recovered bell peppers. Now, the number 4 on my list is something that, I don't know, pretty much everybody I know eats, and that is tomatoes. These are my pots. This is one of the things that I was working on yesterday. Doesn't look like much is going on now, but I have tomatoes growing in here, 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 and over here. It's going to be the star. When you enter into my garden, this is the first thing you're going to see. You're going to have tomatoes coming up on both sides. And I have even more that I'm going to plant at some point. I don't want to get too much into this right now because I'm doing different types. And with the World Cup coming up, I decided it's not going to be a series, but what I'm going to do is feature tomatoes from certain regions of people that are going to be participating in the World Cup, countries that are participating in the World Cup. So I'll get into that in a future video. But yeah, we eat a lot of tomatoes. And if you've watched my previous video, you know that 90% of all tomatoes consumed in the United States either come from Florida, California, or, you guessed it, Mexico. So if you have been buying tomatoes recently, then you will know that the prices have gotten even more ridiculous than what they were. This is the highest they've been in 8 years. Highest in 8 years. The reality is one beefsteak tomato can cost you $1. They're up 40%. So unless you just don't have the time or you have, trucks full of money, it's probably a good idea for you to plant some tomatoes like today because I don't see the prices going down. As a matter of fact, I read somewhere recently that there are certain people, this is not coming from the government, but that they're expecting us to start having shortages and starting to have rationing. That might be a bit extreme. I don't know how true that is, but just the fact that you got all these different prices and the fact that everything is getting higher. I'm going back to, I'm not going to spend much time going back on this, but I did want to mention to you about the chemicals. The potatoes that I talked about a minute ago, I forgot to mention, they're on the list of the Dirty Dozen. The Dirty Dozen, in case you don't know, is the list put out by this company, the 12 worst offenders in terms of pesticides, herbicides, chemicals that they use to either control the pests, the bugs, or some way along the process from planting until the time that it reaches your home. So that's the other reason why I'm going to probably be planting even more potatoes than what you see here. So we have tomatoes, we have potatoes, we have lettuce, bell peppers, and the last thing on the list before I get to my little surprise down the end, excuse me, is onions. So right now I'm focusing on 2 types of onions. Yes, you have your regular run-of-the-mill, but these are the onions that I'm planting. These are Tropia onions. They're from Italy, and they are going way down the other end where I have a raised bed that was built for me by my family at 6 feet by 8 feet, and that's going to be at least 60 onions that I'm growing in there. But my favorite is the Vidalia onions. This looks pretty beat up. I'm not sure if you can even see this or read this, but Vidalia onions, I believe they're from Georgia. So any kind of onion, whatever your favorite is, that's my suggestion for you to plant. Now, every week for the next couple of weeks, you might want to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I'm going to feature something new, something I have not grown before, or something that I attempted to grow and was not successful. And this week, I'm excited about this pink banana. This is a squash, a winter squash, pink banana squash. These things can actually get up to a couple of feet, uh, over a foot long. And thought I'd give you the shot of this butterfly here. This makes me happy because there was nothing going on this homestead for the first 2 summers I was up here. Now I'm hearing birds, I'm seeing butterflies. I ran into a couple of bees. Actually, one of them ran into me. And everything is starting to come together. My efforts have been paying off. So yeah, onions is something that you definitely want to plant, and this squash is something that I'm planting that I have not grown before. Next week I'll have something else new and different that I haven't grown before, and so that takes me to the end. This is the thing that I wanted to show you guys that I broke down and brought. I thought about buying these before, and I did not. I didn't think I needed to. I had the Farmer's Almanac, but here's the problem. I can't remember the time that I have brought and planted so many seeds that have failed on me. And the reason is because doggone temperatures, call it global warming, call it whatever you wish. The reality is I would plant seeds, the weather is nice for 3 or 4 or 5 days, then boom, we'd have a frost, we'd have maybe even a freeze, temperatures would drop, and my seeds would obviously die. So this went on a couple of times. So I have lots of seeds, but who wants to keep doing the same job over and over again? Who wants to have to keep planting and basically wasting seeds? This is super simple. I think this was about $7 or $8, and you've heard of thermometers for the air. This is for the ground. You just stick this bad boy into the ground, into the soil, and it will tell you what the soil temperature is. You want the soil temperature to at least be above 50 degrees. At least I do. So that's what I have. I just got this. Haven't had a chance to use it yet. I may not need to use it now because the weather. Having said that, see, this is what happens. Every time I think, oh, the weather's turned for good. You know, we're into spring now. We're solidly into spring. I won't have to deal with this anymore. Then it gets cold again. So this is the reason why I have this, and I will be definitely using this today. So that's about it. Everything is actually going well. The biggest problem I have, and I shouldn't even call it a problem, spring is my favorite time of the year now. It used to be summer until I got older. So spring is here, and I'm going to give you guys a tour. This is all got to come out because this is where I'm going to plant my in-ground melons and everything over here. All this has got to come out. That's a whole nother story because I had someone who was supposed to lend me their tiller, which is a lot bigger and more heavy duty than mine. So I will be doing this by hand. I'll get it done. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to do a section at a time. But again, that's for the next video. This video is going to give you the tour of everything that I've done, everything that I have gone up here. I'm real happy with the way things are going, but right now you see there's some trash and things I got to get rid of first. I want to make this look pretty for you guys. So that's coming up. So right now, that's it for today. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. Please share this video because a lot of people aren't going to have enough food this summer. So that now is the time for them to plant. Please share this, please like, and I do appreciate your comments. So please comment. I read each and every comment and I respond to each and every comment. So until the next time, I'm the Frugal Gardener. Remember, when you grow your own food, you'll always know where it comes from. I'll catch you guys on the flip side in a few days. Enjoy your day.